G'day, boys and girls. We're back. We're back. How's it going? Last time on Let's Play Exquisite Knorpse, episode 6, your fantastic host, Fried Octopus, was a bit stuck. Just a bit. Just a tiny bit stuck. But, hey, it's some bread. But today you're gonna get to see me walk across the same stretch of land probably, you know, like 100 times. It's gonna be fantastic. No, let's not go that way. Basically what you're gonna see is exactly what you're seeing now. You're gonna see this little woman running along, jumping and missing the jump, running along and doing a really fucking stupid looking spider climb thing up walls, and basically she's gonna run over to this screen and she's gonna try to make this jump and she's gonna die about 10,000 times. Cause this is what happens when people LP Metroidvanias, or specifically games where you cannot save state. Specifically those ones. I guess I could... Hey, that was easy. I guess I could edit this out, but, we'll see. We'll see if I feel charitable enough to edit this out by the time I am done with this. Up. There we go. So, let's talk about video games as art. Someone told me, that Knytt Stories is apparently art. This is a bit of a news flash to me, personally, because I just thought it was a dull, generic platformer. But yeah, apparently there are people who have claimed that this fucking game is actually quite artistic and beautiful and has merit, and I can't say I'm seeing it at all. Ah, I see how the jumping physics work. Alright. Is that just because it's a game with vast empty spaces and sad music playing? Is that all you need to be an art game? I mean... Okay, I mean, that's all Ico had, but, wow, when I put it like that. Okay, maybe all a video game does need is vast empty spaces to be art. Maybe I'm incorrect about that. Yeah, you know what? That's what art is. Art is big empty spaces that just are full of nothing. Full of nothing. There's some English for you, folks. Who designed this area? I'd like to have words with them. I think I'm legitimately stuck. Someone told me that I'm not stuck. Someone told me I can make that jump. I think they're full of shit. I think they're full of shit. Anyway, video games is art. Let's discuss this some more, because, you know, it's a topic that hasn't been addressed enough on the internet already. How is this game art? It's a game about jumping a little spider girl over bread. And there's sad music. And like I said, maybe is that atmosphere? Is that the atmosphere people were talking about in this game? Because my biggest complaint directed at Knytt Stories is that it's fucking generic. It's just a very uninspired platformer. And it feels like they didn't really put a lot of effort into it. They just said, oh, I want to make a Metroidvania, and they came up with a fairly generic moveset, like, double jump, nobody's done that in a game before, and then they couldn't be bothered making the rest of the game. That's how I feel about Knytt Stories. They came up with a Metroidvania, they made some areas for you to walk around in, and then they didn't bother with a story or a villain, or motivation, or monsters, or weapons, or just the things that make a video game fun. They just have vast, endless, empty rooms. Like that corridor I was walking through before. The ones with the big metal blocks. Like, that was just 5 or so rooms of absolutely fuck all. And that's art. The strongest emotion I felt playing this game so far was being unhappy. When I was standing on those password blocks, putting in that password, I felt cold and alone and sorrowful, and I was absolutely monstrously afraid of missing the jumps and falling into the grey hell and having to do more of that repetitive stupid bullshit that fuckwit Kaz had made. And with the wind whistling around me and shit, I just felt so fucking horrified and afraid of mortality, I guess. Is that what people consider art to be? Like, maybe. Endless fucking corridors don't particularly make me feel anything. At all. Sad music or no. It's just an absence of anything I care about. I would say that the last I would say Ico probably is an art game, but 90% of it isn't, because saying this part of this game is art and this part is not is too fucking difficult for some people, I guess. So what they're saying is the whole game is an art game. 90% of the game is just a fairly solid Zelda knockoff with some monsters that are with some really dull combat, which is also a trait of Zelda. You might have noticed Zelda games have fucking shitty combat. Ocarina of Time, once you work out Ocarina of Time's combat system was fun until you worked out that you could cheese everything with the overhead slash, and then it got fucking dull. And they didn't even address that in Master Quest. I assumed that they would stop you from spamming it by having enemies blindside you, or having groups large enough that if you jump into the middle of them, then you get fucked on. But no, Master Quest really didn't fix anything. I'm saying that based on watching some LPs of it. I haven't played it myself, because, yeah, I'm not fucking shelling out that much money for that fucking game. Anyway, yeah, 90% of Ico was just a Zelda knockoff. The other 10% was, like, a game about, what you can achieve if you love someone and you believe that that person loves you. It's that feeling Ueda was talking about in one of his interviews. He says, my games all evoke a feeling that's different from person to person. Okay, yeah, sure. What a load of bullshit. It evokes the feeling that love is a thing that exists. And, a lot of people don't believe love is a thing that exists a lot of the time. Specifically people who play art games, so not much of a surprise there. But Knytt Stories, it doesn't have a story. It's just this little girl ambling around. Imagine if Super Mario Bros. Was set to sad music. Alright, last try. Whee! This has been episode 7 of Let's Play Knytt Stories. Thanks for watching.